Hello, my name is Alex. I'm a patchwork nerd, and insert a clever and quippy response about the beverage that I am drinking. One of my favorite things to write is short stories, and this is very hilarious because back when I was little and I first started out writing, I refused to write short stories. I thought they were too limiting and they were just an insult to my craft because I had such grand ideas, and how dare you try to force me to contain it within 5 pages. I was a very strange child. As I've grown older, I have discovered I absolutely adore writing short stories. Short stories allow me a great opportunity to explore an idea really fast and just give you a glimpse of an idea and then leave you wondering and wanting more. Sorry, there was a bird that decided to pass a kidney stone or something outside my window, but I think it's done, or at least faintly in the background. So let's continue. Because of this love that I have for short stories, I decided I'm going to help encourage you to try writing short stories, and that is why today we are going to discuss 3 tips for writing short stories. So let's get started. My first tip is to surprise yourself, and this is whether you're plotting or pantsing. You might want to make an outline for a short story, and you might decide to just jump in and go. With novels, I feel like it's really hard to pop in surprises without either unraveling everything you've built up so far or needing to go and backtrack and try to fix everything to make it make sense. With short stories, it's not a lot to edit, so it's not a big overwhelming task if you throw in a random surprise. So just let yourself have fun and go wild and see what random fun cool things can pop into your story. Tip number 2 is to not overcomplicate a short story. You don't need 50 subplots. As a matter of fact, you probably shouldn't have subplots in a short story unless it's a very long short story, and at that point you might be branching into novella territory. Don't feel like you need to have huge backstories or gigantic world building. Just enjoy the idea that you're exploring. Treat it more like a sweet little flame that you're nurturing as opposed to trying to build this gigantic fire, because that's gonna get really difficult to contain in the fire pit that is a short story. So just nurture your little flame, don't overcomplicate it, don't throw gasoline on it, and it'll make your life a lot easier. And tip number 3 actually comes from this fantastic book that I read back when I was in college, and I'll put a link to it below. I'm pretty sure you can get it on Amazon, but it's called Ron Carlson Writes a Story. It's by an author who writes a lot of short stories, and he walks you through his process of writing short stories. And one of the biggest pieces of advice that he gives that I still to this day hold near and dear is that when you are writing a short story, stay in the room. Don't abandon the story. Keep going and don't stop. When I write a short story, I try very hard to write it all in one go, because you get this extreme flow going with a short story, and it's very difficult, I find, to pick that energy back up the same way you would with a novel, because it's just so contained. I think that's the word of the day, is contained. Just try to write the whole short story in one go, so that way you can keep feeding off of that energy that you feel at the start of the story. So definitely stay in the room. I hope you enjoyed 3 tips on how to write short stories. If you have any questions or comments, feel free to leave it in the comments down below, or you can tweet me at patchworknerd. If you have written short stories, please let me know about them in the comments down below. Also, you can join me every Sunday at 10 a.m. Central Standard Time for Writer's Patch on Twitter, where we have a fun old time talking about writing and making new writing friends. If you'd like to see more of my videos, please hit that happy little subscribe button down below. And until I see you next time, remember, keep writing, keep laughing, and keep encouraging each other. Toodles! I just enjoy— oh, hi bird.